A few years ago, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, and the doctors who treated me wanted to treat me as if I was a cisgendered woman who wanted to have kids, and didn't really take into account that that's not necessarily the way I identified or what I wanted.
Early on, after coming out, I had a negative experience, actually during my first pap smear. In the middle of it, started asking me questions about my sexuality, and then giving me quite a lecture about morals and about what was right and wrong to do with sex, and about letting down my parents, all in the middle of the procedure, which was a really sort of traumatic experience.
Just after I was received my positive diagnosis for HIV, I sought the services of a clinic in Melbourne. Basically, the assumption was made that I was just looking for a good night, and basically made the choice of having unprotected sex, when actually the case was I was sexually assaulted, and that's how I contracted HIV.
When I came out, I had a lot of issues with my family and them accepting that, which led to a few years being estranged with my mother in particular. And to rebuild that relationship, we had a few mediated sessions with a therapist, and those sessions became about how I'd left my mother in the dark and how I'd done wrong by her.
I ended up in an adult psychiatric ward where the doctors all refused to acknowledge me as trans and used the wrong pronouns, like, deliberately.
I've never had a good experience in healthcare.